Johnson & Johnson baby powder, how we all found out it had asbestos in it. Oh, it gets worse.
Johnson & Johnson CEO followed the tobacco company's playbook when he went on national television to insist that their baby powder was safe.
I would start by saying that we unequivocally believe that our talc, our baby powder, does not contain asbestos.
And he went on to praise the quality of Johnson & Johnson's testing.
We also not only use the best testing methodologies that were available, but we continue to improve them through the years.
He's sitting there saying that their baby powder doesn't contain asbestos. I'm sitting with a damn report that says it does. The bottle I had has asbestos in it. We bought this bottle in 2017. After my diagnosis, I sent that bottle to my attorney, who sent it to the lab. The lab tested it. We have the reports. He has to know. Their product contains asbestos. I think he should have to resign.
Tom has a right to be angry. While J&J knew for decades that their talc sometimes contained asbestos, other documents show something even worse. Johnson & Johnson actually funded an experiment to test the toxicity of asbestos in humans.
Hundreds of Philadelphia prisoners were used as human guinea pigs in an array of unethical and oftentimes dangerous medical experiments. The experiments left many test subjects, most of whom were African Americans, in excruciating pain.
In a 1971 memo, a Johnson & Johnson executive confirms the company tested the toxicity of chrysotile and tremolite, two particularly dangerous forms of asbestos. The materials were injected in the lower back of adult males. You have to ask yourself, why would Johnson & Johnson have funded these tests unless they knew asbestos was in their product? In 2000, some of these men sued Johnson & Johnson, but their case was dismissed because the court ruled the 2-year statute of limitations had expired. Johnson & Johnson continued to sell their talc products to millions of unsuspecting customers.
Why is no one talking about this?
The CEO of Johnson & Johnson, Alex Gorski.
Spell your last name, please.
Alex Gorski, G-O-R.
For the next 4 hours, Mr. Gorski was shown document after document that indicated asbestos had been repeatedly found in Johnson & Johnson's talc products, but he claimed never to have reviewed those documents. Then he was shown an internal company document which listed major obstacles and major opportunities.
Watch this shit.
One major obstacle was the negative publicity surrounding talc's linkage with cancer, which was causing declining sales. And a major opportunity was that they could increase volume by targeting African Americans and Hispanics.
Look at that shit.
Mr. Gorski responded by saying,
I have no idea where this document comes from.
They found marketing companies that are in our neighborhood who know our community well, and they marketed to Black and brown communities.
Photos from a Johnson & Johnson PowerPoint show coupons being handed out for free samples of Johnson's baby powder.
They preyed on Black and brown communities and overweight women.
There are documents showing that they targeted African American women that were overweight that lived in the South.
According to lawsuits, Johnson & Johnson was aware that women in this demographic
wouldn't know that they were sick until far, far too late. And when they did realize they were sick, they wouldn't have access to the kind of health care that white women would. And these lawsuits claim that the company willfully took the step to market to them anyway. Consumers who have been harmed by Johnson & Johnson products have already been awarded more than $3.5 billion in damages. But the $453 billion company has come up with a very tricky scheme to avoid paying the money they owe to people who have won legal cases against them. As outlined in company documents, they created a subsidiary company in Texas called LTL Management that assumed all the liabilities of their cosmetic talc products. And then Johnson & Johnson had its new company immediately file for bankruptcy. This is known as the Texas two-step. And as a result of that, Johnson & Johnson, the overall company, is no longer liable for these lawsuit claims. The subsidiary, which is now bankrupt, is liable. This Texas two-step scheme could allow Johnson & Johnson to avoid paying billions in damages owed to people whom the courts determined have been harmed and killed by the company's talc products.
So I have some real bad news for you. That entire episode was from a show on HBO Max called Not So Pretty, and it's 4 episodes. That episode was specifically about asbestos in makeup products. If any of your makeup products contain talc, you need to stop using them. Honestly, any products that you have that contain talc, because there's no scientific way to separate talc from asbestos, you need to throw it away, stop using it, period.